Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Let's do a quick video on how to set up your bag correctly. We got two different types of bags here. We have a cart bag. This is basically just designed to sit on the back of the cart. If you're someone who likes to ride a lot, this might be your option here. Or we have the stand bag, which I prefer. I think most golfers should be using the stand bag. Unless you, like I said, you ride every single time, maybe the cart bag's right for you. Regardless, too many times I see people setting up their clubs incorrectly, which can cause damage to their golf clubs. So let's talk about how I think you should set your bag up. Now at the end of the day, these are your golf clubs and they're your bags, so you could do whatever you want, but these are just suggestions that I think that are going to help you keep your clubs in great condition. Also know exactly where your clubs are at all times. Let's talk about my bag here real quick. As a stand bag here, what I'm going to do is start with my wedges on the bottom. My 60, 55, 50 and my pitching wedge are going to run on the bottom here. The second compartment here is where I keep my 9-8-7 iron. Then I go my 6-5-4 iron, and then I have my hybrid, my 3-wood, my driver, and my putter all at the top. Now, why do I do that? Well, if you take a look at my stand bag here, you're going to notice that none of the heads are touching the shafts, because the smallest clubs, okay, the wedges, the shortest clubs in my bag are going to start at the bottom, and then a little bit of a longer clubs are going to be more towards the top, and the longest clubs at the very top. Why is that? Again, none of the heads are hitting the shafts. So we want to keep the heads away from the shafts as much as we possibly can, especially the graphite shafts. Now, I know you're thinking, well, Josh, the putter is probably the shortest club in the bag. Why is that at the top? Well, for me, it's at the top because I have a head cover on, and because I put my head cover on every single time I put my putter back in my bag. Okay, so that's the big thing here. I like to keep it at the top here because for me, it's the easiest access. I use this club every single hole, so I'm gonna have it towards the top. Now, if you're somebody who has a putter that you don't necessarily love, okay, maybe it's an older putter you don't really care about, and you don't keep a head cover on it, well then do not put your putter at the top here near your driver. Why is that? Because your shafts, your graphite shafts on your woods are gonna be coming into contact with your steel head of your putter, and it could hurt your shaft. So if you are gonna keep your putter at the top, make sure you have a head cover and you're putting it on every single time. If you don't have a head cover and you don't really care about your putter, then go ahead and throw it down here near the wedges. Okay, now that's gonna be lower than your shafts of your driver, and you're not gonna have any contact there. Okay, so that's a real quick rundown there. And the reason why we don't put the driver shafts on the bottom, we don't put the driver on the bottom compartment, it's because as we carry those clubs, or as we're in our push cart, what's gonna happen if we do that, if we have the drivers at the bottom, the heads of our irons are gonna be hitting the shafts, and that's gonna be no good. Okay, so that's a real quick setup there. Pretty simple stuff. The big thing is just the putter. It can change depending on whether you have a head cover or not. Now let's come over here to the cart bag. Now most cart bags will have a separate compartment for their putter. So if I did have this stand bag here, I would set this up. Now this is a lefty rental set here, obviously, but just for demonstration purposes, I would have the putter here in the separate compartment. Now you're gonna see that this strap is back here. As I pick this strap up, you're gonna notice that the woods are up top here and the irons are at the bottom. Again, we're not having any contact with the iron heads to the shaft. So really important to take a look at where the strap is. Wherever the strap is, that's where you're gonna start your woods. Same thing with this stand back here. The strap's on this side. We're gonna start all of our longer clubs, our graphite shaft clubs, at the top near where the strap is. Now, again, pretty self-explanatory. All the woods, the head covers are gonna be up here. Then we're gonna work our way down 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we're gonna go down to our wedges. Now, if you're somebody who is trying to think about what you wanna buy as far as a bag, I don't recommend getting a cart bag if sometimes you walk, if sometimes you push a push cart. Because what I see a lot of times, even from members here at Atlantic City Country Club, is they'll have a cart bag here, but they want to push the cart sometimes. So what they'll do is they're going to lay these clubs on their push cart just like this because of all their pockets are right up here. But what's happening now? What's happening now is all these irons are tilting down this way, and that's when you start making contact with the shafts. So only buy a cart bag if you are only going to ride in a cart. So that's, I can't stress that enough. That's why I prefer to have my stand bag. Sometimes I like to ride, sometimes I like to walk and carry, and sometimes I even like to put them on my Armada push cart. So there it is, guys. Pretty simple. again, it's your bag, set it up how you want. But for me, this is the best way. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below. Appreciate you guys tuning in. See you next episode.